What's up, world? It's me again, Jared Rusher. RushFit 24 for those who know me for fitness. Today I'm coming to you guys again live and direct on my way home from work in the hoopty. um, what I want to talk to y'all about today isn't necessarily fitness related, but it's just about life in general. So lately I've been having conversations with individuals just about, they're unhappy with their current situation in life and they want to do something about it. They want to change it, but they don't really know where to start. So I guess if you don't really know where to start, you got to first find out why you want to change in the first place. What's the root problem that you have? And with most people, it's the surface may be something like, oh, I'm not happy in my relationship. It could be I want to lose weight. It could be I want to make more money. But my question to those again would be why? Why do you want to lose more weight? Why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to be, have a better situation in your relationship? If you're not in a good situation in a relationship, especially, you might want to take a step back and evaluate and see if you even want to be in that relationship in the first place. But to even answer those questions, it's, oh, I want to make more money because I want to travel, because I want to buy nice things. Okay, why? Well, I want to have nice things or I want to travel more because it makes me happy. There's the root. You want change in your life because you want to be happy, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all want to be happy in life, and we all have the right to be happy in life. But things are a little bit different than they used to be. Nowadays, a degree doesn't mean as much as what a degree used to. And the reason why I'm even bringing that up is because a lot of people say you have to have a degree to make money, which is somewhat kind of true. You have to have some level of education. A lot of people won't even give you an opportunity, time to make a decent amount of money without having that piece of paper, that diploma, that degree, that bachelor's or master's or PhD or whatever that is. But even so with that, it's even harder to get those things. Like, it's easier on a certain level, but now it's so saturated, everybody has a degree, and even people with a degree don't have a job. So then you have to take it a step further, and your degree has to stand out. Okay, so how does my degree stand out? That means you have to go get it from a prestigious university or something like that, which means you're going to come out of pocket for more money. Now, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but again, there's root problems with that situation. And it all stems down to more money. Well, the more money is what you thought was going to make you happy in the first place. So you obviously don't have the money to go spend on a prestigious degree that's going to get you head and shoulders above the rest, unless you're 18 years old, coming straight out of high school, and your parents got money or some type of situation like that, which a lot of people are not blessed with that type of situation. So okay, so we run into a roadblock. That doesn't mean we give up though. It means we find a workaround. So what's the workaround? Well, if I don't really have the luxury of time to get a degree, or don't have the luxury of making money to go get the degree that I need, that's going to help me make an extra amount of money that's going to help pay for these student loans. In the first place, you're going to have to take out loans. It's going to cost you $100,000 to $200,000. It's going to take you the rest of your life to pay that off. So you're not really going to be happy because the extra money you're making is going to be going towards paying off the education. It's not the same. And you talk to older generations, and they had the luxury of being able to go off to school, work, make a decent living, and provide and pay for themselves. Middle class used to mean you had extra money. I looked at a chart about a week ago, and I'm considered middle class. I'm not going to tell you how much money I make. I'm not going to tell you my exact financial situation. But I will tell you this. If an individual like me is middle class, I'm borderline needing assistance because I have so many dependents or whatever the case may be. Middle class is not what it used to be. Plain and simple. Like, I skim by. I make it, a little better than paycheck to paycheck. I have a little extra to put in savings, which a lot of people don't have that luxury, or they don't make it a priority to put away in savings. But it's a lot different than it used to be. It used to be one person could go to work, one job, and take care of a household of 5 or 6. Now you see where people have to work 2 jobs, and then their spouse has to work a job. Then if they got a teenager, the teenager has to work a job, and they're all just skimming by. So things are different. You don't have the same luxuries that you had when the economy was booming. We're not in that type of situation. So then the question becomes, okay, so what do I have to do to get ahead to make money? We have to be creative. And everybody's creative. So don't get me, I'm just not a creative person. Everybody's creative. You have to think from an entrepreneurial standpoint. The key to wealth and prosperity, first thing you need to understand, and I don't want to get off on a tangent about money itself, but money is just a representation of a service that you provide. So if you work a 9-to-5 job like most of us do, like I do myself, in addition to my part-time business that I run, then chances are you're trading time for money, And that's okay if you're comfortable with doing that, but you're never going to get ahead that way. So if you work a 9-to-5 and you're trading time for money, that means somebody has placed a value on your time. And there's a cap, there's a limit. And you're saying that the service that I'm providing for you is $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $25 an hour, whatever the situation is. But if you figure out a service that you can provide, you can place a value on that service. You get the option to choose. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is we all have gifts. For example, there's a parable in the Bible where Jesus said that, he gave 10 talents to one individual, 5 talents to another, 1 talent to another individual. But when the king came back, he asked him, what did you do with the 10 talents that I gave you? Oh, well, I went out and I produced 100. And he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You go into the kingdom. The one with 5 came back and he said he had 50. Okay, well done, go in there. The one who had 1, he said he brought back 1. And the king said, well, what did you do? Like, why didn't you multiply it, make it 10? And he said, because I knew you were a hard man, and so I hid it so that I wouldn't lose it. And to most people, that makes sense. Let's not lose what little bit we have. But what did he do? The king took the 1 from him. This is the part of the story that most people don't want to tell you, but this is the reality of it. The king took the 1 pebble that he had and ordered his servants to give it to the one who had 10. And then he threw the other servant out to be beaten and killed. So the moral of this story is not that you're going to die if you don't, do something with your gifts. But what it is that we all were given gifts. And no matter what gifts or how many gifts you were given, you have an obligation to make something with those gifts. You have an obligation to turn those gifts into, they're already something of value, but you have an obligation to take those gifts and use them in service, and other people will provide you for that service that you provide. So number 1, you have to figure out, what am I gifted at? Naturally, what do I love to do? What is something that I'm passionate about? And you have to take that and you have to run with it. And then you have to study and you have to learn and you have to figure out how you can monetize and place value on your gift. And then you have to go out and actively search for avenues to provide that service. And you may have to provide that service for free for a period of time. Just, like for example, I love coaching basketball. So, I volunteer my time a lot, whether it be at the high school, the middle school, doing AAU programs. Nobody has to pay me to do that. And eventually what happened, because I was so passionate and so knowledgeable about those things, I had individuals approaching me to come and train their kids. Can you train my son? Can you help him get bigger? So that's actually how I got into personal training, because I was training athletes. I was actually doing skill training with basketball and things like that. And then individuals, would ask me to train their kids. So I did that. And then one day somebody approached me and said, hey, are you a personal trainer? Do you work at a gym somewhere? Nope, I just love doing this. I do it for free. But somebody offered me, so I'm taking money for it. And that's what it is. You have to take your gift and you have to go out and you have to multiply it. Now, I figured, let me go get certified. So now I'm a certified personal trainer and I run my own online business. And I can either train you in person or online. You know, working on building up a video catalog and an exercise library and things like that. But I do have an app which you can download, and I can provide you with online personal training services no matter where you are across the country, across the world. I got you. I can hold you down. So you have to actively look for opportunities to provide your service, to provide your passion. And for a period of time, you may have to do it for free, because here's the thing, man. People got to know that you care before they start putting up money for something. Like, people are not just going to just put up money for something and, you don't have any experience. You don't have, you're just trying to sell them something, man. It's not the way it works. People got to know that you care. The way the service industry works, everything is a service. Like I said, money is just a representation of the service that you provide. Think about that. Chew on that. Money is just a representation of the service that you provide. So think about it, man. What do you want out of life? Where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself in the next 10 years? Where do you want to see yourself 1 year from now? What do you want to be doing? What do you want to be doing with your life? You want to travel more? You want to spend more time with your family? You want to make more money? You want to own your own business? Do you just want to be the CEO at the company of your business? That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Man, whatever it is that you want to do, you got to write it down, man. Like, straight up. Like, I got a vision board. My vision board is the screensaver on my phone. Every time I unlock my phone, I see my goals and my dreams. And you know what your goals and your dreams do? When you write them down, they hold you accountable, man. They hold you accountable because every time you look at it, it's a reminder of what you should and shouldn't be doing. And then you're going to actively make decisions based off what you know you should or shouldn't be doing. Like, for example, if you want to lose weight and you're a smoker and you're a drinker and you eat bad, if you're really serious about losing weight, like, certain things are going to hinder you from losing weight. So you're going to stop doing those things. And that's what your goals do for you, man. They keep you from doing things that are going to hinder you from reaching your goals. Like, for example, I was in high school. I was an athlete, man. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I didn't do parties. I didn't do none of that stuff because I knew it was going to keep me from being able to play varsity sports. I knew it was going to keep me from being able to do certain things. I wanted to skip class like I knew a lot of people were doing. But if I skipped class, I'd be ineligible. I wanted to not do my homework. But because I knew if I didn't do my homework, I wouldn't be eligible, it forced me to do things that I didn't necessarily want to do in the beginning, and then they just became habit. And that's what it's all about, man. Figure out what you want out of life. Write it down. Place it before you. Look at it day and night, man. Like I said, mine is my screensaver. It's got all my goals in picture format. I look at that stuff every single day, and it drives me. It motivates me, man. What motivates you? Jay Rush, man. Jared Rusher, RushFit 24. Man, we lead. Leadership, empowerment, and development, man. That's what we all about, man. Check it out.